All right, let's dive deep into the world of salt and really explore why this little mineral is so vital for us. First off, let's talk about the role salt plays in our bodies. You might not realize it, but every single cell in your body needs salt to function properly. It's not just about flavoring your food. Salt is essential for maintaining the right balance of fluids inside and outside of your cells. Think about it like this. If your body is a machine, salt is one of the key components that keeps it running smoothly. Without the right amount of salt, your cells would struggle to keep the right amount of water inside them, which could lead to serious problems like dehydration or even swelling. Now let's get into nerve function. Our nerves are like the body's electrical wiring, sending signals back and forth between the brain and every part of the body. Salt plays a crucial role here. Sodium, which is a major part of salt, helps create and transmit these electrical signals. Whenever your brain tells your body to do something, like move a muscle or react to a stimulus, it's sodium that helps make it happen. It's involved in what's called the sodium-potassium pump, which is a process that generates the electrical impulses needed for nerve signals. So without enough sodium, your nerves wouldn't be able to function properly, and that could lead to all sorts of issues from muscle weakness to difficulty concentrating. Speaking of muscles, salt is equally important there. Have you ever experienced muscle cramps or spasms? That could be a sign that your body is low on sodium. Sodium works together with potassium to help your muscles contract and relax. When you move, your muscles need sodium to contract and potassium to relax. If you're low on sodium, your muscles might not be able to contract properly, leading to those painful cramps. This is why athletes, in particular, need to be mindful of their salt intake, especially when they're sweating a lot during exercise. Hydration is another area where salt plays a key role. You've probably heard a lot about the importance of staying hydrated, especially when you're active or in hot weather. But here's the thing. Drinking water alone isn't always enough. When you sweat, you're not just losing water, you're also losing electrolytes, including sodium. Without enough sodium, your body can't retain the water you drink, and you might end up feeling dehydrated even if you're drinking plenty of fluids. This is where a pinch of salt in your water can make a big difference. It helps your body hold on to the water, keeping you properly hydrated and helping you avoid that tired, sluggish feeling that can come with dehydration. Now let's chat about blood pressure. We hear a lot about how too much salt can raise your blood pressure, and while that's true, it's important to remember that salt is also necessary for maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. Here's why. Your blood pressure is influenced by the amount of fluid in your blood vessels, and salt helps regulate that fluid. If you don't have enough salt in your diet, your blood pressure might actually drop too low, which can lead to dizziness, fainting, and even shock in severe cases. So while it's important not to overdo it with salt, you also don't want to cut it out entirely. But it's not just about how much salt you consume. It's also about the type of salt you're using. There's a whole world of salts out there beyond the basic table salt. Let's explore some of them. Table salt is the most common type of salt, and it's often iodized, which means it has iodine added to it. Iodine is important for thyroid function, and a lack of it can lead to issues like a goiter, which is a swelling of the thyroid gland. So iodized table salt is a simple way to make sure you're getting enough iodine in your diet. Sea salt, on the other hand, is made by evaporating seawater. It contains trace minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium, which give it a slightly different flavor and texture compared to table salt. These minerals can also provide some health benefits, though the differences are usually pretty subtle. Then there's Himalayan pink salt, which has become really popular in recent years. This salt is mined from ancient seabeds in the Punjab region of Pakistan, and it gets its pink color from the iron and other minerals it contains. Some people believe that Himalayan pink salt is purer and healthier than other types of salt because it contains more minerals. It's often used not just in cooking, but also in things like salt lamps and bath salts, which are believed to have various health benefits. Kosher salt is another type that's commonly used in cooking. It's coarser than table salt, which makes it great for things like seasoning meat because it can draw out moisture and create a nice crust. Chefs love it because it's easy to pick up and sprinkle by hand, and its larger grains make it easier to control the amount you're adding to a dish. Celtic sea salt is a type of sea salt that's harvested from the coastal regions of France. It's known for its grayish color, which comes from the clay and sand where it's harvested. This salt is rich in minerals and has a slightly damp texture, which makes it a favorite among health enthusiasts who believe it offers more health benefits than more refined salts. Fleur de sel is a really special type of sea salt that's often used as a finishing salt. It's harvested by hand from the surface of salt ponds, and it has a delicate, flaky texture that melts beautifully on the tongue. Because it's so delicate and flavorful, it's often used to finish dishes, adding a final touch of saltiness and texture to everything from steaks to desserts. When it comes to choosing a salt for your kitchen, it's worth experimenting with different types to see which ones you like best. Each type of salt has its own unique flavor and texture, and using the right one can really elevate your cooking. Now let's switch gears and talk about how you can incorporate salt into your daily routine in ways that go beyond just seasoning your food. Starting your day with a glass of water and a pinch of salt might sound a little strange, but it can actually be really beneficial. When you wake up in the morning, your body is in a state of mild dehydration after not having any fluids for several hours. Adding a pinch of salt to your water can help your body rehydrate more effectively, as it helps your cells absorb and retain the water you're drinking. Plus, it can help kickstart your digestion, getting your body ready to process the food you'll eat throughout the day. Some people even like to put a pinch of salt directly on their tongue first thing in the morning. This might sound intense, but the idea is that it stimulates saliva production and wakes up your digestive system, preparing it for the day ahead. It's a simple ritual that can have a surprisingly big impact on how you feel throughout the day. And let's not forget about headaches. If you've ever had a headache that seems to come out of nowhere, it might be related to dehydration. When your body loses too much water and electrolytes, it can cause headaches, and sometimes a little salt can help. If you feel a headache coming on, try drinking a glass of water with a pinch of salt. It can help rehydrate you and restore your electrolyte balance, which might just help ease that headache. But be careful. Some people are sensitive to salt, and too much can actually trigger headaches for them. It's all about finding what works best for your body. So to sum it all up, salt is far more than just a seasoning. It's a crucial part of our body's functioning, helping with everything from nerve function and muscle movement to hydration and blood pressure regulation. There are many different types of salt, each with its own unique benefits and uses, and incorporating salt into your daily routine, whether through your diet or a morning ritual, can have a significant impact on your overall health. The key, as with most things, is balance. Too little salt can be just as harmful as too much, so it's important to listen to your body and find the right amount for you. And don't be afraid to experiment with different types of salt in your cooking. Each one brings something unique to the table and can help you create meals that are not only delicious, but also good for your health. So go ahead and give it a try. You might just find that salt is more important to your health and well-being than you ever realized.